We used to think that intelligence was the key to success and happiness. But then why do so many smart people have trouble being happy? Why do geniuses often suffer from depression, anxiety, and feelings of alienation? Could it be that intelligence is not only a gift, but also a burden? In this video, we will try to make sense of this paradox of intelligence. We will look at the psychological, social, and existential reasons why intelligent people are often unhappy and discuss what you can do to find harmony and joy in life despite your high intelligence. One of the reasons why intelligent people often experience unhappiness is their heightened sensitivity. This sensitivity manifests itself in the fact that they are more susceptible to various sensory stimuli such as bright lights, loud sounds, and pungent odors. As a result, they can easily experience feelings of overwhelm and stress when their surroundings become too intense or annoying. In addition, intelligent people have high emotional sensitivity, which makes them more sensitive to the emotions of others. They are able to deeply feel the pain and suffering of others, which can lead to what is known as empathic burnout. This condition occurs when constant empathy and understanding of other people as suffering depletes a person's inner resources and strength. Moreover, intellectuals often have a keen perception of injustice and contradictions in the world. They notice problems that others may not see or ignore, which can cause them to feel powerless and hopeless. This constant awareness of social and moral issues puts additional strain on their cognitive resources, which in turn leads to increased levels of anxiety and worry. Thus, the combination of high sensitivity to the world around them, the emotional strain of empathizing with others, and an acute perception of social injustice creates a heavy cognitive load for intelligent people, which can ultimately cause them to become deeply dissatisfied and unhappy. Many smart people are perfectionists. They strive for perfection in everything they do and are very critical of their mistakes. This can lead to a constant sense of dissatisfaction and anxiety. They constantly compare themselves to others, and often not in their favor. Perfectionism is a trap. The more you strive for the ideal, the further away it gets. In addition, intelligent people are often prone to self-examination. They constantly analyze their thoughts, feelings, and actions, and often come to negative conclusions. They may dwell on their mistakes and failures, and this can lead to depression and anxiety. It is important to remember that no one is perfect and mistakes are a part of life. It is important to learn to accept your mistakes and learn from them. Intelligent people do often have difficulty finding common ground with others. They may feel different, which leads to social isolation and loneliness. Their interests and views can be so specific that it becomes a real problem to find a companion who will understand and share their passions. In addition, intelligent people often face envy and dislike from others, who may perceive them as arrogant or snooty. This may encourage them to avoid socializing to avoid negative emotions and conflict. It is important to remember that social support is key to happiness and well-being. That is why smart people should actively seek out like-minded people who can understand and support them, as well as create a space for the open exchange of thoughts and feelings. Mutual understanding and support will help them overcome feelings of loneliness and strengthen their social ties. Intelligent people often grapple with profound existential questions regarding the meaning of life, death, existence, morality, and values. These inquiries can sometimes spiral into an existential crisis, characterized by deep dissatisfaction and a pervasive sense of meaninglessness. They may struggle with feelings of purposelessness, questioning their role in the world. Additionally, many intelligent individuals experience guilt for not using their intellect to improve society, feeling a moral obligation to contribute positively but uncertain about how to do so effectively. It is crucial to recognize that everyone is entitled to their own interpretation of life as meaning. Finding what brings joy and fulfillment is essential. Dedicating oneself to those passions can lead to a more satisfying existence. Embracing personal values and pursuits can help navigate these complex emotions and foster a sense of purpose, ultimately enriching both their lives and the lives of others. Intelligent people often have inflated expectations of the world. They may believe that the world should be fairer, more rational and logical. When they are confronted with reality, they experience frustration. They see flaws in people, in the system, in society, and this can lead to pessimism and cynicism. In addition, intelligent people may feel a sense of despair that they cannot make a difference in the world. They may feel that their efforts are futile and that the world is rolling into the abyss anyway. It is important to remember that one person cannot change the whole world, but each person can do their part to improve the lives around them. It is important to focus on what you can change and not waste energy on things that are beyond your control. Intelligent people often experience boredom with everyday life because their minds require constant stimulation and new challenges. When they don't get enough intellectual exercise, it can lead to feelings of apathy and even depression. They need to constantly learn, explore, create something new, and solve complex problems to maintain an interest in life and a sense of fulfillment. In addition, recognition of their achievements plays an important role in their lives. Intelligent people want their efforts to be appreciated and noticed by others. When they do not receive this recognition, it can cause feelings of frustration and dissatisfaction as they may see their efforts as wasted. However, it is important to remember that recognition is not an end in itself. The real satisfaction comes from the process of creativity and exploration itself. When smart people focus on what they truly enjoy, they can find joy in their pursuits and discoveries. Eventually, if they follow their hobbies and interests, recognition and respect from others will come naturally. This creates harmony between their inner world and external evaluations, allowing them to feel fulfilled and happy. Intelligent people may indeed find it difficult to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Their minds are constantly busy analyzing, critically examining, and searching for hidden meanings in events and phenomena, which can greatly hinder their enjoyment of simple pleasures. They often become hostages to their intellect, immersing themselves in endless ruminations that distract from the present moment. It is important to learn how to turn off this internal dialogue and simply enjoy what is going on around you. It can be a simple walk in the fresh air, a cup of aromatic coffee, or even a conversation with loved ones. Each of these moments has its own value and can bring joy if you allow yourself to experience them without unnecessary analysis. In addition, it is crucial for smart people to learn to appreciate what they have and not to compare themselves to others. They can often fall into the trap of constantly comparing their achievements with those of others, which leads to feelings of inferiority and dissatisfaction. Instead, it pays to focus on your own strengths and accomplishments, even the smallest ones. It is important to remember that each person is unique and their path cannot be identical to that of another. Practicing gratitude for all the good things in life can significantly change the perception of reality. It helps to see the world in a more positive light and gives life meaning. Ultimately, it is important to remember that happiness is not a final destination, but an exciting journey. It is about enjoying every moment of life, regardless of its significance. It is important to find joy in everyday little things and to be able to appreciate the moments that make life brighter and more fulfilling. Every moment is an opportunity for happiness, and smart people should strive not to miss these opportunities. By turning off internal analysis and opening the heart to simple joys, it is possible to create harmony between the intellect and emotional perception of life. To be happy, an intelligent person needs to find a balance between his intelligence and other aspects of his personality. It is important to take care of your body, exercise, eat right, get enough sleep. It is important to take care of your emotions. Learn to recognize and express your feelings. It is important to build strong social connections, socialize with friends, spend time with your family, join hobby clubs. It is important to develop your spirituality, engage in meditation, yoga, or just spend time in nature reflecting on the meaning of life. It is important to remember that happiness is not only intellectual, but also emotional, social, physical, and spiritual well-being. It is important to pay attention to all aspects of your life to find harmony and joy. The most important step to happiness for a smart person is accepting yourself. It is important to love your mind and your peculiarities. Don't try to be someone else. Accept yourself for who you are. Recognize your strengths and your weaknesses. Don't be shy about your interests and hobbies. Be yourself. In addition, it is important to remember that your mind is your gift. Use it to make the world a better place, to help others, to create something new and valuable. When you find a use for your intelligence, you will feel happier and more fulfilled. Intelligence is not a sentence of unhappiness. It is a power that can be used to make your life and the lives of others better. It is important to learn how to manage your intelligence rather than letting it manage you. It is important to find a balance between your intelligence and other aspects of your personality. It is important to accept yourself and love your peculiarities. And then you will be able to find happiness and joy in life despite your high intelligence. Thanks for watching. Share in the comments what helps you be happy despite your intelligence. What strategies do you use to get along with your intelligence? Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new videos about psychology, self-development, and useful life hacks. Remember that intelligence is your gift. Use it for good.